This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond.
Hey, this is Actar, and no, I'm sorry to say that this is not a review, but man, am I excited to share this with you guys. 7 years ago, 20,000 Misaka Imouto Figmas were released to an unsuspecting public. Being a huge fan of the To Aru franchise and the Sisters arc, I could not stop myself from getting a bunch of them to build my own small army of Misaka clones. Despite their limited quantity, I managed to get my hands on a number of them. 5 of them to be precise. As much as I loved their Figma renditions, I was always disappointed that their goggles were never able to light up like they did in the show. This was made even worse by the fact that the goggles were photoshopped to look like they lit up on the box of the Figma figure. Lacking the tools, the technology, and the technical know-how, I approached several figure customizers to see if this could be done. Transformers has light piping, but that was never going to be a possibility with a Figma figure. So, the only way that this could be done was with an LED. Unfortunately, due to the lack of space in the Figma figure for batteries or a circuit board, this was simply not physically feasible. Until now, that is. So this is a regular Figma Misaka. This is also a regular Figma Misaka. This, on the other hand, looks like a regular Figma Misaka, sure poses like a regular Figma Misaka, but this is far from a regular Figma Misaka. For you see, 7 years later, I have finally managed to make her goggles light up just like they do in the show. And I did this all with my own 2 hands. Oh yeah, you have no idea how ecstatic I am to finally have a Figma Misaka with light up goggles. If you ask me, this just adds so much to the figure in terms of accuracy, in terms of sheer shelf presence, and in terms of just looking far more alive. Yeah, there is some light leak on the top and bottom of the goggles, but that's due to the design of the Figma figure, and it's completely fixable with a little bit more work. The thing is, I doubt I'll be doing that, as it doesn't look anywhere near as bad in real life as it does through the viewfinder. So, how did I go about doing this? Well, the first secret are these new mini LED lights. Mi-lights, manufactured by Hiromi Sangyo. The LEDs are attached to a non-rechargeable lithium-ion battery and are simply perfect for lighting up figures with limited space. Simply press down on the light to, well, light it up. What clued me into these lights was the RAM figure from GSC that was deliberately made to be compatible with them. The second secret is a hobby knife and a drill. Yes, unfortunately, there really is no getting around the fact that you will have to sacrifice an exchangeable face piece for this to work. What I essentially did was to drill through the face and into the rest of the head at a very precise angle. This way, the neck joint is completely unaffected, allowing her to retain her full neck articulation. Next, I also had to modify the hairpiece to fit the LED by trimming the top peg slightly. Thankfully, the goggles were already made of clear green plastic, so no further modifications were necessary. However, I did have to first break them off to cut off one of the brown pegs that was obscuring the green plastic. Rest assured that the other exchangeable face and hairpiece still fits perfectly. This was a ton of trial and error, so it was nothing short of a miracle that I got everything just right. If I wasn't careful, the angle could have been completely off, the drill could have gone through the back of her head, and the LED light might have been off center. So, I honestly wouldn't recommend doing this modification yourself unless you were prepared to completely ruin a rather rare Figma figure. For me, this is something that I've been wanting for almost a decade, so I was willing to take the risk. Well, that's pretty much it for my tutorial slash bragging video. I mean, who am I kidding? I still can't get over the fact that the goggles of my Figma Misaka light up. How cool is this? So, the Actar saying, see you guys in the next episode.